At the beginning of 2008, the commercial radio industry was in a difficult position. Advertisers had been increasingly spending on digital campaigns rather than radio, perceiving them to be more accountable than other media. A 100% increase in advertiser churn rates contributed to a 10% decline in its share of display revenue between 2004 and 2007. Enter radioGAUGE. As the marketing body for the whole radio industry, the RAB was in a unique position to initiate this important research project, which was launched with the ambition of making radio the ultimate outcome-based accountability medium.
radioGAUGE works by measuring 3 campaigns every week, using a consistent methodology and reporting structure. The research isolates the radio effect by comparing effectiveness measures, such as ad awareness and brand consideration, amongst matched samples of commercial radio listeners and non-listeners. And because a lot of campaigns are booked at the last minute, we measure at the post-campaign stage only. Now, this approach means we can make radioGAUGE metrics available to the widest possible range of radio advertisers. And to date, over 260 campaigns for over 160 different advertisers have been measured in this way.
The benefit to advertisers is clear. The service is provided free of charge and has quickly proven itself as the most definitive and quantifiable demonstration of a radio campaign's impact for a brand. And because all campaigns are measured using the same methodology, each campaign's results can be benchmarked against averages derived from other relevant campaigns measured in the study. As a bonus, the surveys also measure the effectiveness of the creative execution, providing advertisers with ideas on how they can fine-tune their copy and enhance campaign performance next time around. This helps make radio part of the ongoing planning process and lock the medium in for future campaigns.
So over the last 12 months, Carers have been really supportive of radioGAUGE. We've had over 20 clients use the study and get real access to understanding the effectiveness of radio from a creative and from a media perspective. What that's enabled us to do is get a really firm fix on the role of radio on the media schedule. And as a consequence of that, we've been able to really protect and grow our radio budgets.
The RAB's radioGAUGE research has been invaluable in allowing Unilever to assess the effectiveness of our radio investment, as well as providing great insight for creative development. It's fantastic to have such comprehensive insight into our portfolio of brands on a consistent basis. We have used radioGAUGE to measure 13 campaigns across 9 brands, which shows its importance to our marketing activity. Unilever's radio spend is up year on year by over 60%, and radioGAUGE has given us the reassurance and support to use radio strategically for our brands.
The benefit to the radio industry as a whole has been phenomenal. In 2009, commercial radio's share of display revenue increased for the first time in 5 years to 5.9%. This equates to extra revenue of £35 million, compared to the predicted share based on 5-year trends. And radioGAUGE can be demonstrated to have driven this increase. Across the year, radio spend amongst advertisers measured on radioGAUGE increased by 2.1% year-on-year, against a 14.9% drop in the industry overall. This equates to a £33 million revenue advantage amongst these advertisers, purely as a result of being measured on radioGAUGE. The research has been highly cost-effective too. radioGAUGE has delivered an ROI to the radio industry of £103 for every pound spent.
radioGAUGE has become the industry standard tool for measuring radio effectiveness and for optimising the performance of creative. It has transformed the fortunes of the industry and across 2009 played a crucial role in driving radio's first growth in share of advertising revenue for 5 years.
Further recognition of the success of radioGAUGE in the UK has led to its adoption in other countries around the world. radioGAUGE South Africa launched in May 2010, and discussions are ongoing with operators in the US, Scandinavia and Australia. In summary, radioGAUGE has established greater confidence in the effectiveness of radio advertising, encouraging greater investment into the medium on a wide enough scale to transform the fortunes of the whole commercial radio industry, evidenced by increasing share of revenue.